Is Floyd. Together with me is no other than
Hey guys, happy Monday. It's Jamie.
Hi baby. How are you? How's your day? It's a hot Monday
Well,
for
it's
everyone.
Monday, and sometimes Monday can be really, can be really a busy day
It's a
for
busy week.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm
It's a busy
I'm
week.
having fun so
Yes,
far.
yes, of course, of course. That's the most important thing, when you start your week. Doesn't matter. Yes, it's going to be sometimes it gets to be a busy week, or sometimes we get to do a lot of stuff. No, but the good
Right.
thing is that there's work to be done, and there are things that makes us going. No? So that's the important thing there. And on top of that, no, so I just want to mention it's very hot today here in Metro Manila. Well, of course, if
Yes,
you're in Metro
very.
Manila, or I think in most parts of the country. So it's I just checked. We have a 30 degrees temperature today. 30
Oh
degrees
wow.
Celsius. It's quite hot, and yeah, so it's very summer.
So is it
So
is it safe to say it's already summer, sir? It's a
I think
summer
so.
season now. Yeah,
I think
because it's
so.
it's March. Yeah.
Yes. So, well, that's a good thing. I know a lot of us are have been planning on our trip, and it's about to. Well, we have the Holy Week coming, so a lot of families will also get together once again to enjoy the bond of each member of the family. At the same time, celebrating with
Yes.
with the Creator, with the Lord Jesus Christ. So yes, and you know that I will be having a long weekend on the day of the Holy Week. So I think that will be from Thursday, Friday. Of course, these are official holidays or Holy Week. And then on the Monday, on the next, well, the upcoming Monday, it's also going to be another holiday. So which is for those who will be coming from the province, no? So and they are working the metro side. So it's a good thing. At least we don't need to have that so much. Every time it's a holiday or it's a Holy Week, a lot of the people goes to, for example, they go back to the metro side, and it's a traffic going to the metro side, especially if you're from the north or the south side of Luzon. So
Right.
yes, that's a good thing. That Monday it's going to be a holiday. So of course, to those who are working from home, so I think it's also a good thing. So you can prepare more. You have more time to prepare.
Right.
So that's
Right.
so
And that's what
yeah.
we discussed last week. We need to, I think, and I hope our viewers remember that we need to set our boundaries. So since it will be a long weekend, maybe try to, you know, have some time for your family and for yourself, not just for work. So, ayan.
Yes, that's the most important part. Now, Jamie, well, of course, we know that we've been working for few years already, and one
Mhm.
of the secret recipes when it comes to sustaining an organization is account management.
Correct.
So when we say account management, we're not just talking about sales. We're talking about how individuals can take care of their clients. No? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So yes, any when it comes to account management, it's one thing that's also very dear to me because I
Mm-hmm.
myself as a other than a marketer, I'm also a salesperson. So other than being a salesperson, one of the add factor of a successful salesman is for you to become a good clients relation manager, or in short, an account manager. So when we say if you're an account manager, you're not just going to close deals for the company that you're working. We're also
Right.
going to your task is also to take care of your clients, because once you get to take care of them, you get to close more sales those clients, or maybe you get additional referrals, and that's how you get to be a top performer in the company that you get to work with. So again, this topic is one thing that's very dear to me. So it's
Mm-hmm.
an exciting topic that of course we have someone with us today to join us in our discussion. So let us
Yes.
call on our guest. So hi to our guest. So let's call her.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Pearl.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Looking great with that printed shirt, ha. So
Uh,
feisty. I love it.
Thank you
Hello,
Yes.
hello. So we have
for
Pearl
having
here
me.
today. How's your Monday so far, Pearl? I know because for an account manager, it's also it can be a busy. One of the busiest days can be Mondays. So
Yeah.
how's your Monday so far?
Um. Well, being a mom, this today is considered the weekend for me yet because I'm
Okay.
starting my shift on later pa at
Oh,
night 9 p.m. So today is considered the uh weekend for me and my children. So I just arrived home.
Oh,
Around,
wow.
so I had to quickly prepare because Ginny texted me. I have to, yeah, prepare for the.
Right.
So thank you
Well,
for having
thank Yes,
me.
thank you as well for your time, Miss Pearl. So, as what we've mentioned, we will talk about
Mhm.
client account. Sorry, the basic of account management for personal and professional success. As what Sir Floyd told us earlier, just for everyone's information as well, for those who are watching right now, client account managers are responsible for building and maintaining relationships with clients, right? And
Exactly.
ensuring their needs, make sure that it's their needs are met and their expectations are aligned with the capabilities of our company. So
Exactly.
we have like few questions for you, and I hope that our viewers can learn from
I'll try my
whatever we
best.
will be discussing.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll try my
So yeah,
best.
let's dive into the discussion and let's explore the world of client account management. So
Sure.
our first question for you, Miss Pearl, would be, can you share with us your story? How did you start being a client account managers? And can you share um, one of your memorable experience or success story from your career in client account management?
Okay. Well, it's kind of an accident on how I landed this career,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Well, same industry though. I'm into marketing, so sales and marketing. And then
Mm-hmm.
later on, when I transferred to hospitality industry, that is consultancy, um, design consultancy firm.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of shifted to handling clients, specifically on um, clients like the developers via what do you call this? Those that build hotels in the
Mm-hmm.
ports and sort of like that. So there, because in hospitality industry there is a BD person in charge of looking into what are the prospect projects, what projects are in the market. That's for interior design. Um, so it's kind of overwhelming for me because I started with my former company um, on that position. But then when I got pregnant, I got married, I got pregnant. So everything was kind of overwhelming for me. So what I did
Mm-hmm.
was we talked it out. He understood my needs and my motivation for that specific um, area of my life that I have to concentrate also with family as well. So I cannot go out and look for,
Right.
clients and all that. So there, I was given that chance to just focus on the clients that we were able to onboard with the company. So there, it's kind of an accident for me, but yeah.
But
And then
so
later on,
far, you're liking it. Like you're
yes,
enjoying your
it's
position right now,
fun.
which is
It's fun at the same time. It's not boring because I know
yeah.
Though I don't get to travel anymore, but yeah, it's good.
Right, right. I do understand, but I think that kind of role would be is actually one of the most important role in an organization because it helps the businesses to keep their customer happy and coming back for more. So it takes a lot of pressure if you handle the kind of like responsibility. So my second question would be, how do you personally handle the stress and pressure that comes with managing multiple client accounts and meeting their diverse needs? Because I know
Uh,
it would be, it takes a lot like of pressure for you. So how do you
um,
manage it?
Actually, of course, time management is very key. But
Right.
personally, when I start my day, I really pray for wisdom and focus,
Mm-hmm.
especially in how I handle difficult clients. Because I just can't rely to myself. Because sometimes, when people
Right.
get mad at you or rant at you or vent out, you just,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you would react. So I make sure that myself is ready to face any whatever comes my way for the day. Yeah. So time management.
Right.
Um, I make sure that I list down all the things that are my priorities for the day or for the next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
So this
that's
is
it.
more of like organizing all your to-do lists, right?
Yes,
You,
exactly. And maybe
mm-hmm.
also it's not just organizing listing down all your priorities or what's important for the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also organizing myself internally on top of just
Mm-hmm.
listing down. Because sometimes you have to also consider your thoughts and your emotions for the day.
Correct. Yeah.
And
So
making
that's how
sure,
you handle your stress.
yeah, exactly. And making sure that I don't get consumed by those emotions sometimes. Because, being a mom, a lot
Yes.
of things are happening. You
Yes,
get
and I know it
over,
could be very overwhelming, right?
ex-
Especially if you're a mother. So
yeah,
it has your personal problem and at the same time your professional. Yeah, totally understand. But
right.
so Miss Pearl, how what personal qualities aside from time management, or you should be able to manage your time, what personal qualities or characteristics do you think have contributed to your success as an account manager?
Hmm. Actually, a friend made me realize this, but I think yeah, before I realized it, yeah, it was correct. He convinced me that, yeah, I think I really do sympathize or empathize, with
Mm-hmm.
people. It's very fundamental on how you,
Right.
it's very
Mm-hmm.
fundamental on how I landed this career, because I
Mm-hmm.
realized that even with my friends and family members, I'm very empathetic towards them. So I think I've carried that towards handling clients. So I guess, yeah, maybe it helped me on how
Mm-hmm.
I manage my accounts for my clients. I
You
always
need to be
empathize.
sim. You know
Yeah,
what? I actually agree. Sometimes you really need to connect because that's a form of communication, connection
on a
with
personal
your
level. Yeah,
clients.
exactly.
Correct. So how do you as you've mentioned earlier, you said that you need to be organized in when it comes to your time and your to-do lists, right?
Yeah.
How do you stay organized and manage? Because me personally, I don't think I can do that because my brain's chaotic, and I think it may sound really simple for everyone or for some, but that's one of the problem actually,
Yeah.
for some of us to be um, more organized or manage our time effectively. I'm having a hard time for that kind of
Right.
um, skills. But how do you do it? Like, how do you organize and manage your time effectively to balance the demands of your client and your personal life? Because especially you're a mother, you have this you have a beautiful kid, and then you also need to focus on your client. So how do you balance out that out?
I think first thing would be it's not consistent. I think you would agree that time manage
Yeah.
when you manage your time, it's there's no consistency to it.
Right.
But it's a learning process. And I think it's what's fundamental for me personally is that I don't get consumed by the urgency, and the urgent doesn't take the space of what's important. So I make sure on my list, or on as I start my day, I do what's really important amongst, all the lists on all the items on my list. So I think that's it. Yeah. It's a learning process. There's always some learning curves along the way, but yeah, it's kind of hard, but I think
Yeah, I
you
think
learn
that's more on, knowing your priorities,
exactly.
and taking some boundaries. Correct.
Because sometimes there are some clients, oh, please do this, please do that, or urgent things.
Right.
Understand those things are urgent for you guys, but we can work over it. We can work around it. But
Mm-hmm.
personally, I just have to do what's important first. So yeah,
I agree.
I'll make sure to do everything before the day ends, or before the business day ends. But yeah, what's important
So
should be on
yes,
top.
just to share with you, Miss Bro, for so many episodes that we produced,
Mm-hmm.
our speakers always discuss about boundaries. I mean, for example, last episode we talked about boundaries because you can't say yes to everything, especially if it doesn't like included in your to-do list. So prioritizing tasks is really important, especially if you're an account or client account manager,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think the next question I'd like to ask would be, how do you approach building trust and rapport, because some clients can be really hard to please and sometimes they can be really demanding, but how do you approach building trust and relationship with your clients?
Um, I think the essential reason why we are hired in the first place is to work on that, build trust and rapport with the client. So it's within the scope of being an account manager, I guess. So I think what really is important is having the skills of good communication. It's not just, good in
Right.
thinking, or good in persuading the client, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But actively listening to them and speaking with, authenticity and empathy towards them. Because sometimes when they tell you, oh, this is my problem, etc., etc., and you say, ah, yes, I understand. But later on, you will state some defensive reasoning, right? And that could
Right.
also imply that you don't really understand them. So I think you match their mood at the same time. You listen to them with that empathetic, with empathy towards them, and just don't say any, to reason out or to defend whatsoever. You just try to navigate the conversation um in a way that they would, you can make them feel that there's something positive out of the situation. Yeah, something positive that will come out of the situation. Yeah,
Right. And I think sympathizing your client or empathizing them is a really has a great impact in customer or client relationship, because you, as mentioned, you really need to connect with them, not
yeah,
just because for the sake of you're working with them, but more on a personal level. Do you think it's really important to have that kind of relationship with your client, like to have a personal level
it is.
relationship with them?
It
Yeah, it's
is.
important.
Yeah. In sales or in any business, when we tell them, "Oh, please buy this," we convince them how things, or how the product is good, or how the service is good. But in the process, in how the experience, the experience of the client in that product or in that service is very important. So when
Mm-hmm.
things go wrong, sometimes nothing is perfect, so sometimes, things will go wrong. So
Right.
that's where you come in, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
empathy towards them, or sympathize with them
Mm-hmm.
because of what they're going through, all because of what you offered or what the product you gave them. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you have to really make sure that uh how do I say it? You have to really make sure that they don't get offended or they don't get
Right.
what do you call this? Yung ayaw na nila or next time I'm not gonna buy or I'm not gonna take your services anymore. So
Right.
that's
Right.
where you come
It can
in.
be traumatizing. As for me, it can be traumatizing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the clients who will return to to buy again or to purchase the services that
Mm-hmm.
you're offering are the clients that are satisfied, are happy, and
Right.
those clients that you help and supported along the way.
Right.
Yeah,
But Miss
especially
Pearl,
if
I'm
you're
just
offering
mhm.
services. Yeah.
Right. But Miss Pearl, I'm quite curious because how long were you an account management?
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Uh, I've been doing account management for 9 years already.
oh
I'm
wow.
new to Tache, by the way. I'm 1 month here, 1 month here. So yeah, I've
Oh.
spent 9 years with my former.
Well, it's been 9 years. Wow. So I think, and I believe you've experienced some hard to handle clients. How did you face that? Like, how did you handle that?
Um, well, uh, clients are, each client account is unique from the other. So
Mm-hmm.
there are learning curves along the way, but in the process of learning how they, talk to you, how
Mm-hmm.
they respond at you, or how they, or that's where you kind of navigate on how your approach will be also. So yeah, I think there's no unique way of there's no standard way,
Secret.
you
Okay.
know
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you have to follow. It's
Mm-hmm.
handling the client based on how they are as well, I think, for me.
Yeah, and I think if you genuinely care about your clients, it will just it'll be much
I will
much
come up
easier.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you've mentioned that you've been in the industry for 9 years already. What was a significant learning experience for you in your client account management career, and how did it shape your approach to handling client accounts?
You've mentioned this earlier, and that's building boundaries. It
Mm-hmm.
was kind of hard for me in the first few years because in that aspect, I was really, how can I say it? It's difficult for me. In the past, I would usually tend to become very subservient towards my client to the point that
Mm-hmm.
every weekend gets really exhausting. They
Yeah,
call you, they text
mentally, physically.
exactly. So, I've learned along the way on how to, build
Mm,
boundaries. Because if you set it on paper or in good understanding that, come on, guys, I will support you, I will help you, and assist you in anything, but please, not my weekend. you know,
correct.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before. I was very subservient. I follow. I entertain. I would call them sometimes. So how things are going now? Because in
Right.
construction, in interior design, it's kind of hard to not let them. Allow you to have some rest because it's construction. They do it 24/7, even on the
Yeah.
weekend. So
Right.
they have to call you. But along the way, I've come to to tell. I was able to, in a proper way, very diplomatic way. I was able to, yeah, say it in a nice way to
But what?
guys.
But
Yeah,
were you experienced, Miss Pearl, those clients who don't respect your boundaries at all? Have you experienced that?
yeah.
And
Until
what
now,
did you do?
yes. I'm I'm no longer with the company, but they would still call me and
Oh
ask me
man.
on how are they gonna do about. I still help them though because
Mm-hmm.
in respect to the relationship that I've built with over the past years with my
Mm-hmm.
former, I'm still helping, but not to the point that I get exhausted already.
But
Right.
hi, I'm back again. Hi to everyone.
Hi.
Sorry, I lost my connection a while ago. So, can you say that account management, when it comes to having, for example, in terms of percentage, how many percent is selling versus client relationship?
Hmm. In terms of percentage,
Yeah.
what do you
Well,
mean? With the
in
revenue?
in your work experience, how many percent are you putting efforts when it comes to selling versus how many versus the percentage when it comes to taking care of the clients?
In my case for now, with Tache, I'm 100% doing the account management only.
Okay,
I don't sell. But in
okay,
the former one, um, I do sales, but I don't get to travel and go travel to Visayas or Mindanao and meet with clients and etc. So I would say 30% of my time maybe I would look for leads in the internet
okay.
or look or make some cold calls, etc. But yeah,
But you
now
can
with touch I don't sell.
no, okay. So well, is it um good to assume that account management is purely where it is more focused on client relationship rather than selling. So because there are some factors when we say about account management, there's a part of the task that you need to fulfill is you need to achieve the targets given to you. So,
Mhm.
but in terms of your experience, is it safe to say that it's account management is really more on the taking care of the clients?
Yes. Especially if the sales becomes very overwhelming for the team, there should be a dedicated um people or group of people to do the sales.
Okay,
Because if the company is gonna give them some quota or like this, they just have to look for it. There's a saying, salespeople, they bring home the bacon, but who
okay.
cooks it? It's the account managers,
Account
right? So I
management.
guess, yeah. uh it's equally important.
Okay,
Sales, they bring clients inside the company, and in order for that company to retain the clients and grow the accounts, there should be some dedicated people to do the accounts management.
okay,
So yeah,
okay. And
equally important for me.
a lot of companies they get to have more sales when it comes to renewal of sales, no? So
Yeah,
meaning when you have your existing clients get to renew with you, that's where they get to sustain the operations of the business or they get to make more money. It's because of the renewals, it's because of how account managers are taking care of the clients
exactly.
themselves.
Yeah, because if you make the sale and then you end up, clients are not happy
Okay,
because there's no support along the way, or there's nobody to talk to, or the after sales that they say, it's very important. So word of mouth, people will say, oh, that service is very bad or that product is very bad. So yeah, so that's where we come in.
okay, okay. Well, I know Jamie asked about some a question about when was there an experience for you when a client gets to maybe had that irate moment and you almost lost that account. But I'm also curious when it comes to well, not just with Tasha but the rest of your account management experience.
Mhm.
Was what was your most memorable um account that you were able to handle wherein it's because of how you handled that account you were able to grow the business. So I mean you don't need to mention about the company but you just I mean what are the things that you have done with that company?
Hmm. uh with my former one, I'm thinking. Okay, forgive me.
No
My
worries, no worries.
memory,
No
my
pressure.
memory is getting worse after two. Ano, after my second baby.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's okay.
yeah. So there's nothing really like a grand or epic story that I can share about how I handle these clients. But I often hear my clients say, "Oh, very good, Pearl," or "Good job, Pearl," or "That was really fast. Thank you." Those things are I really value, and up to now, I am in communication with those clients.
Yeah.
I guess that being said, those little accomplishments that I had with my former company, really, I was able to grow my network as well. So knowing that they are still still getting the services of my former company, it makes
Yeah.
me feel, accomplished as an account manager, that yeah, they're still there because I handled them.
Yeah.
So not to mention, I was the only account manager for that company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, when they go back to that company and then say, "Oh, I have a hotel to design again," it's like, a part of me would say, "Oh, I think I did a good job," right? So yeah,
Well,
a lot
the,
of them are still with that company. They're
okay.
getting the services of that company. So
the,
yeah.
the, the reason why I asked about this is because I mean there are accounts that really they go with the services of a company not because of just the services alone. So
Mm-hmm.
it's because of the people, how they're being
The
handled by the people
relationship.
behind the company, the relationship that you're able
Exactly.
to build with that company. I mean, I myself as an account manager, as part of my experience, I get to encounter, for example, for example, an insurance brokerage. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Company A, it doesn't matter which company gets to be represented by a specific broker. As
Mm-hmm.
long as they get to be handled by the same broker, it doesn't matter for them. What's important is
Yeah.
that they want that broker, they want that account manager. It's because the account management experience that they were able to get, they were able to satisfy the surveys. So
Correct.
that's I think that's the advantage. That's what makes let's just say that's what makes a an A star account manager when you, regardless of whatever company you get to work with, as long as you were able to make a good mark with that client, they
Exactly.
will go with you, they will go after you.
Mm.
It's because you were able to fulfill their expectations. So that's one thing. So that's why I
Exactly.
asked about it. And
Yeah,
it's the
that's
yeah,
right.
as an account manager, that's the most satisfying part of the
Mm-hmm.
job that you guys do. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's more than the money. It's very fulfilling. It's something that you'll be proud of, and it's one thing that you can say that, hey, this company were able to get giving us so much revenue in the organization, in the company that we're working with. It's
Mm-hmm.
because of my contribution, how I was able to give that service to the company. So that's one thing that every account manager should be dreaming of, right?
Yes, agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Totally agree.
So that's one thing. I mean, I always I always value how account management is very important in the organization.
Yeah.
It's more than the selling. It's really purely account management. It's purely client relationship. It's client building. So and
Yes.
again, when it comes to the revenue of the company, most of the revenue it really comes from majority comes from the renewals. It comes
Mm-hmm.
from the
Repeat clients.
the
Yeah.
deals that we were able to close because it's already an existing client.
Correct.
So yes, Jamie, anything that yeah.
Yeah, so with all those responsibilities as what you've mentioned, Miss Pearl and Sir Floyd, is it's safe to say that it's really crucial to stay motivated and energized to provide exceptional service to your client. So how do you maintain your motivation and passion for client account management, even during, challenging or difficult times? Like, if you have like personal problems and all that, how do you handle that?
Well, that's difficult, but you just have to remind yourself that it won't stay like that forever, or things will not be the same the next day. Like I said earlier, each client account is really unique from the other. So there are clients that will be very, accommodating, very nice and supportive. Hello.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I think I thought I lost you guys.
No
So,
worries.
um yeah, that's the reality. Nothing's perfect. So, and that what makes this kind of work not boring at all. It's fun to actually be dealing with different types of people.
Right.
When you get home, when I get home, I get to tell my husband, "Oh, this type of that." I get so excited and I get so irritated. But yeah, it's just within me. I don't, of course, rant or go out and say whatever to them. But yeah, it's fun. It's not
Yeah,
boring.
but
Right. And go on, sir.
well, I Jane was able. I don't know if Jane was able to ask this question. When you say account management, when it comes to the time of work,
Mhm.
is there an instance that you get to work more than the 8 hours work regular work requirement, and also
Yes.
on a weekend, are there cases that you have to work on a weekend?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Especially if the industry is very like the construction industry. It's
Okay,
very overwhelming at times, especially pag phase 4 na construction time. That's where my phone's gonna get explode, you know, even on the weekend. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier to Jamie, it's setting boundaries and
okay,
time management are some key things that an account manager should
okay.
always consider. Yeah.
Right.
So that's one thing that every account manager should also, and well, you should learn to. I don't know. You should learn how to say no when it comes to if it's
Yeah.
your personal time off. So
Exactly.
yeah, or maybe just try to keep away from your laptop or from your phone and stop working, even if it's. I mean, if it's especially if it's a weekend. So
Well, it depends really. If it's really crucial, you
okay,
cannot say, no, I cannot reply. Well, I reply to the extent that, it's just up to there. Nothing more. No more
okay,
assistance after that. So
okay,
yeah, it really depends.
okay. So it's more of a case to case.
Right.
Okay, understand, understand.
Right. Now on the work itself, Miss Pearl, I know that you've been working for 9 years already, being an account manager. And I know that onboarding a new client is a really crucial step for you. And because, it will depend on how smooth your on it reflects kasi if the client has a very smooth onboarding process to our company, it will affect us greatly, right? So, how do you effectively onboard a new client and set the foundation for a successful long-term relationship with our client?
Making sure you provide a great experience. That's it. Great experience. No, no hiccups or whatever. You just have to be ready.
Right.
Onboarding is very important. So it's like when you see the person, it's like first impression last, they say. So
Yes.
also
Mm-hmm.
that also applies when you get to onboard the client. So really
Yes.
giving them a great experience to start and making them comfortable with the process, keeping them
Yeah.
engaged as well, and just providing them constant and lots of support.
Right. I believe that so because onboarding process sets the foundation kasi for a client's expectations. And
Mm-hmm.
we need to ensure that we know what they need and from the very beginning because that's how a relationship works. So
Correct.
it's really good to know that you need to really be ready with anything that they'll be asking and all that. So I know, Miss Pearl, what strategies do you use to maintain, consistent communication with your clients, and how do you ensure that they feel heard and supported?
Always be professional and courteous, I must
Mm-hmm.
say. Being extra nice to the person, even if it's not your client, na, even if it's just your coworker, being an extra nice to them, I think it's the ultimate goal as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So making a bit of small talks also as well with the client before getting into the serious business, just to break the ice like that. I think that also works for me. So there, very good communication naman kasi it doesn't mean you're very good in translating the process to the client, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, being extra nice to that person, that reflects the company's uh, objectives and whatever. Yeah.
Right.
I just want to ask this, Pearl. What's the difference of account management pre-pandemic times to today?
mm, Pre-pandemic.
Are you guys I mean pre-pandemic times, of course, it's I think it's you're more into face-to-face meetings.
Yeah.
You're are you guys mostly online or mostly on via phone, via
Before
Zoom?
kasi, pre-pandemic, clients would always come to the office.
Okay.
Or if it's construction time, I would go to them to, to see what's happening already, etc. But during the pandemic, mostly, yeah, you're correct. Laging Zoom.
Okay.
Teams
Okay.
meeting, Zoom, Viber. So, ang dami kong group chat sa
Oh,
Viber noong time na yun.
okay.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah,
you were forced to activate all of those communication
exactly.
apps.
Yeah. So
Okay.
each client marrying group chat with the team, with the architects and the interior designers, with me, with my boss. So another project, another group chat naman, ganyan. So there, nandun na lahat ng updates and everything.
But I mean, I am also curious about. I mean, you are in the construction industry, interior designing industry.
Mm-hmm.
How was it also affected when it comes to the pandemic? I mean, are there accounts that had to stop their business with you guys?
Mm-hmm. A lot of projects were put on hold, especially mga projects namin sa Davao and Cebu.
Okay,
But then, Manila was like, it was, thriving at that
okay,
time. Not totally, stop, but it was thriving. But the rest in the Visayas and Mindanao, it was, yeah, things were put on hold. So that's where the sales was really down that time.
okay, okay. But now I think
Yeah.
um, doing good already because of the
Yeah.
country's been opening
Mhm.
slowly. But
But I
um,
mean, they say, the revenge tourism that they say. So
okay,
madami ding hotels coming up.
okay. Well, I just want to have a little bit of commercial. We're already down with the last 12 minutes of our show. So how many viewers do we have already, Jamie?
For KUMU, we have 166 viewers right
Wow, so
now.
we have close to 200 viewers already. Hello to all of our
Yes.
technicians watching us right.
171 pala.
Wow. So
171.
more. And we also have our Facebook and the rest of our social media live. So hi to
Yes.
all of you. Good afternoon to all of you. So Pearl, we're down with the last 11 minutes of the show. So I also want to ask, what's the difference of account management today with TouchShift from your former companies that you've
Mm,
worked? Yeah.
this is purely work from home. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it is new to me because
Okay.
I used to travel a lot before.
Mm-hmm.
Travel from office. to from house to office and travel from office to my clients, etc. But now it's just my laptop and my table. For
Right.
it feels like, oh, this is very new to me. I am not talking with anybody. We're all
Mm-hmm.
face to face. Everything is virtual. So it's new to me. It's fun, but yeah, I kind of miss, of course, that it's iba pa rin when face to face. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to meeting my colleagues again. I think in the next 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Just a
But I'm just curious, Miss Pearl, since you are working from home, how do you work with other departments to ensure, a seamless client experience? How do you work with the sales department, marketing department, since you're working from home? I'm just
uh,
curious.
well, there's this I don't know what you call that, but it's software where everybody's there.
TRM.
Yeah, everybody's
Right.
there and we can talk there. We can post whatever. The projects that we're handling, people that are engaged in the project are also tagged there. So it's
Mm-hmm.
fun talking, yeah, because you're gonna be talking with a lot of people. Yeah, online lang chat and also there's video when a client would call me on a video. Pero yun lang. Yeah. It's all virtual. So it's
Right.
really, unique.
So, Miss Pearl, what are some best practices for managing client expectations? I know that a lot of, well, some of our viewers are interested to know about it. How do you make sure that or ensure your clients that they are aligned with your organization's capabilities and resources?
Oh, you should always start with setting the clear goals in writing, laying out
Mm-hmm.
every detail of the process, in that anything that the client needs to know, all the information. Um, they should know the start and the finish, the billings, etc. And the standards as well of the company. What's very key would be don't overpromise. you know,
Maybe over deliver, not over promise. Yeah.
you lay everything out in there in writing, but you don't overpromise. I think it's very important for as a practice for the company. Yeah.
So for those who are, let's say, for those who wants to be account manager in the future,
Mm.
what do you think can be the best trait that you can tell them? I mean, what should be the best skill that you think they should apply or they should have in order for them to be effective in their role as account managers?
Um, Very good communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned earlier, it's not just communication per se on how, very very uh how would I say it? Very vocal or very good in delivering your words or etc. It's a communication on a personal level. Being nice and polite, like I said, should be a part of it always. Yeah.
Have a good communication with your client. So
Mm.
that's one thing that, well, that's
Yes.
one of the things that I
Not
learned from,
just the clients, huh?
well, with the people around you as well, right?
Yeah, with
All the
everybody.
departments. That's right. That's good
Yes.
to know. So
Exactly.
yeah, so we're down with the last 6 minutes of the show.
Wow.
So yeah, so yeah, Pearl, anything that you want to say to our viewers in Kumu in our social media platforms?
First, thank you for inviting me and having me here today. For sharing my own experiences, and I think I I was able to deliver
Yes.
that could
Mhm.
help you guys, right? So
Of
uh,
course. Hmm.
it's just based on my own personal experience and my own personal struggles or lessons along the way. But I hope I was able to uh,
Mm-hmm.
impart a few of that in each and everybody who are listening to this.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Miss Pearl, for joining us today for this discussion about client account management. I know that our viewers, by the way, we have 205 viewers right
Wow.
now. And I think one of the things that I will, implement for my career would be building and maintaining strong relationships with your
Yeah.
client is a key really to your success, and this requires a balance between personal and professional approach. As what Miss Pearl mentioned, you really need to have like a personal level relationship with your client, and at the same time never forget to set boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for
Ayan.
me, it's well, sales is an important group in the organization, but for account managers, they're far well, they're almost the same as important as salespeople because account managers they're the ones who take care of the clients itself in order for them to grow the partnership between different clients that
Exactly.
you get to handle. We get to handle as client base. So anyway, we're done with the last 4 minutes. Again, thank you so much, Pearl, for joining us here.
Thank
In
you. Thank you.
so thank you. So yes, to all of our communicants that we with us today, we just want to let you know that they will be having our event this coming May 6th. So that will be
Yes.
the FAST conference or the FAST conference. So our colleague Lou is helping us, and Jen, thank you so much for helping us. So the FAST conference, Jamie, the theme of the show is get to know the future of work. So why are we going to have this event? It's because we want to highlight to everyone that um, even though the advancements of technology and there can be a threat when it comes to advancement of technology when it comes to our work, still there you we have to adjust and adapt to all of this advancement in order for us to be relevant. So that's one of the
Right.
things that we want to highlight for this event itself. The event will be coming this May 6th. That will be on a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This event it's an online event. It's a live event. So if you have time, just go to our Facebook page. Check the link. So our colleague Lou and Jen will posting in the comment section the links there. You just go there and you just have to register. You can register for free, by the way. So this event is a free event. So for those who are interested to know more about this event, again, just click the link for you to know more the details. But for those who want to know more about the topic, so we'll have 4 topics for the event. So Jamie will go to discuss about Chat GPT. We're going to discuss about driving business through remote and hybrid work setup.
Hybrid setup.
Yes, the impact of digital certifications on salary growth. So this is a very interesting topic. And of course, we have the very special talk, which is a surprise speaker. So for now, we're just going to make this person a mystery. So to all of the viewers,
Yes.
so yes. So he'll be talking about thriving in the offshore industry, a company's resilience in the face of adversity. So that will be the 4 talks that we're going to cover this coming May 6th in the FAST conference or the FAST Con. So for those who are interested, just check in the comment section, click that link and register for free. So this is a free event brought to you by Tache. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So again, Jamie, I enjoyed the discussion for today's episode. It's a very educational topic for both of us. So account management and for Touch itself. Did you know that we have a lot of job openings? So we have a lot of job postings. So for those who are interested to apply in any of our job roles, so if you want to be an account manager, a executive assistant, a what else? Well, we have software engineers. We have a lot of technical related jobs as well. So for those who are interested, just go to our Facebook page. Just type Tache Careers, and you'll see the rest of the positions we have in Tache.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, don't
What
forget
else,
to
Jamie?
follow
What
us
did
on
I miss?
Well, if you are looking for tips, for career tips and all, we have plenty of that in our Instagram and Facebook account. So don't forget to follow us as well on those platforms.
All right. So we're
Ayan.
yes, it's 6 p.m. already. So again, we love having this conversation, this episode with you guys. So this is the Gen Z show brought to you by Tache Outsourcing. So if you are interested to apply to any of our positions, just go to our Facebook page and click those links. You just see it from there. And of course, we'll see you again next Monday in the Gen Z show. Bye.
Bye,
See you
everyone. Have a great week ahead. Bye.
week ahead. Bye bye.